This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
We are fighting our small piece against a multi-headed beast. For fighting for a free Palestine and a free St. Louis.
Now at 4, we continue to hear from protesters who are speaking out a day after they stopped the Grand Pride Parade right in its tracks. We want to thank you for joining us. I'm Brent Solomon. Kay Quinn is on assignment. We're tracking the fallout of that demonstration today as those protesters call out Pride STL's ties with Boeing and the war in Gaza. 5 on your side's Megan Kernan joins us now live. Megan, we know that those protesters were arrested, but they've since been released from the City Justice Center.
Brent, that's right. St. Louis police arrested 19 protesters ranging from 21 to 36 years old after delaying and disrupting the parade for an hour yesterday. Today, several of them held a press conference here outside of the City Justice Center as they await official charges from the demonstration. Now, we're hearing that all of the protesters have since been released. About 20 minutes into the 44th annual Grand Pride Parade, pro-Palestine protesters entered the parade route with a message denouncing genocide. The protesters connected themselves with chains and metal pipes, blocking the participants from walking down Market Street. Protesters say they didn't want Pride STL to accept funding from Boeing, the title sponsor of the parade. That's after reports linking Boeing to bombs used in Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza. Jordan Braxton with Pride STL says they offered the group to march down the parade route to let their message be heard, but say it wasn't enough.
We chose the Pride Parade as the venue of protest because Pride STL chose money over the lives of Palestinian people. They chose Boeing, an arms manufacturer, to represent the queer community. Boeing sends weapons overseas to be used in the genocide of Palestinian people.
The sponsorships that we get from people keep our festival free. We're the largest last risk festival in our region. So if we start denying or refusing sponsorship from companies that our community doesn't like, then we're going to have to start charging.
Now, the parade carried on after the arrest. Police have asked prosecutors to file charges for trespassing and resisting arrest. STL Pride tells us that they plan to meet with the protesters soon to see how they can move forward that benefits everyone involved. 5 on Your Side has reached out to Boeing for a response. We'll let you know if we hear back. Live in downtown St. Louis, Megan Kernan, 5 on Your Side.
All right, Megan, thank you. Right now, a St. Louis man is fighting for life after someone shot him on his wedding night. Police responded to calls for a shooting on Neosho Street. This was around 1 in the morning on Saturday. That's where police say several people were in a yard after the wedding. And that's when 2 armed men wearing ski masks robbed them. As one of the men was going through people's pockets, the other held the 32-year-old groom, Manuel Gonzalez, at gunpoint before shooting him in the head. The couple has 2 small children.
It's heartbreaking, especially for our kids. Right now, they don't know anything. It's going to be hard breaking it to them or telling them. I feel like we would have to move to feel comfortable. It's just the city's not getting any better. We're scared.
The 2 suspects ran away. They have not been caught. 5 on Your Side's Justina Cornell will have much more on this story for you. That's coming up at 5 and 6. A police chase that started in North St. Louis County ends in a crash in the Metro East. Now the driver is facing charges for resisting arrest. According to St. Louis County Police, officers tried to stop a man after he was caught speeding near Goodfellow and Veronica overnight. The driver then made a U-turn barreling towards the police car and then sped towards the Illinois border. Officers followed while trying to exit at Pontoon Beach. The driver lost control and rolled over several times. You see the aftermath there. He's now in the hospital. No officers were hurt. Well, just a few hours ago, a judge sentenced Robert Tarr, the man convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend and trying to kill someone else. Tarr shot and killed Leslie Reeves and seriously hurt a man named Christopher Smith. This was right before Thanksgiving back in 2021. Before he was caught, Tarr also tried to hire someone to kill Smith and a deputy who was investigating the whole situation. Tarr will spend a minimum of 85 years behind bars. Well, for more than 75 years, you've turned to 5 on Your Side to keep you safe when weather strikes. And today, we're launching a new approach to weather that is much more than just a forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell to break it down for us.
Well, Brett, people have been loud and clear. You all have been very loud and clear, alerting you to severe weather before it strikes, the most important thing that we can do for you. So that's why today we're introducing Weather Impact. It's a new way to show you when severe or disruptive weather will strike, the impact on your life, and what you need to stay safe. But we're going to go beyond just the forecast. We'll also commit to break down how changes in the weather impact our community, from our farmers and their crops to the effect climate has on our infrastructure. Weather Impact is more than just a way 5 on Your Side is committed to keep you safe. And with that, we already have a Weather Impact Alert Day starting later Wednesday into the 4th of July because thunderstorms are going to be heading our way and there's the potential some of them could be strong to severe. It's not going to be continuous storms from Wednesday through Thursday into Friday, but that chance is there, and it's definitely going to have a big impact on our weather this weekend. So the impact would be those strong storms. What you need to do is stay aware and stay up to date on the forecast, be prepared to act. Here's a look at that severe weather threat from the Storm Prediction Center. Right now, the highest risk is off to the southeast of St. Louis as we head into Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. At the moment, everything's just fine. We have clouds outside. It is incredibly comfortable. We would pay money to have a day like today along about the 1st of August. Temperatures will drop from around 80 back into the 60s this evening. Those clouds do tend to thin out, and areas farther to the west out around Herman. If you see any rain out of that little cluster of showers, it's just going to be a couple of sprinkles. We'll see you in a few minutes, Brent.
Scott, how much would you pay?
St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
All right, folks, this is the news that's sending shockwaves through St. Louis sports today. St. Louis City SC head coach Bradley Carnell is out of a job as the club continues to sink in the standings. Let's bring in our Corey Miller, who's now live at City Park with much more on today's big decision here. Corey.
Yeah, Brent, a year ago, Bradley Carnell was leading City SC to a dream first season in the MLS. Today, he is out of a job. A start to 2024 has put City near the bottom of the Western Conference standings, and the team is making a change. Now, the club has only won 3 games in 20 tries this year, and they're actually riding a 9-game winless streak that goes all the way back to their last win on May 11th. Saturday night in Vancouver may have been the final straw, with City blowing a 2-0 lead to the Whitecaps in yet another loss. The men who made the move explained their decision earlier today.
3 points out of a possible 27 points in the last 9 games is a bad form. So I think this feels like the moment where the decision had to be taken.
It always comes down for me that in recent weeks we did look flat, we did look not as sharp as we were last year, and that is the moment when you feel you have to make a change, and that's why we did it.
John Hackworth will take over as interim head coach this season. He was previously working as the team's technical director. That is the story from City Park. I am Corey Miller, 5 on Your Side Sports.
Corey, keeping us up to date there. Thank you. The Supreme Court weighing in on the Donald Trump immunity case, what this could mean for charges that he's facing related to January 6th. A Garden Variety nuisance can give you a rash, but can you spread it to others? We verify whether poison ivy is really contagious.